Hello. Welcome,
Hello, hello.
everybody. Glad to have you with us. As always, we enjoy your participation. We enjoy you reaching out to us and telling us what you like and what you don't like.
hmm
And we enjoy doing trash talk. We've been doing this almost 4 years, bro.
It is. Yeah,
We're,
it has
we're
been
moving in
almost
on
4
four
years.
years now, I think.
Yeah.
And we still enjoy talking about it. Sometimes we talk real trash. Sometimes it's serious stuff and everything. Today's going to be kind of in between.
It
Um,
is. Yeah, I think so. I think, I think it's okay. I think it's good that we do that. We kind of come back once in a while
yeah,
and, just touch base with the world.
yeah. And today, while we don't necessarily delve into politics that deep, um,
Mostly because we don't understand it. So,
I'm not sure anybody. It's not so much that people understand it; they can't explain it. Because I
well,
think what's going on in our country right now just is beyond explanation. There's no playbook to go
but
by.
can we be fair? Because I think this is a problem that we have as a 2025 human beings. Can we be fair and say, yes, right now. But can we be fair and say right now is in the last like 10 years?
Yeah,
Because it's not right now. It's not like the minute that Trump stepped into office because everything was great, the minute he stepped in, he made it worse. It's been messed up for the last like 10 years, 12 years.
right.
Like let's be real. And it's just
I agree.
the I can't think of the word because I want to swear. The idiocracy of things that are happening now, that might have extrapolated, you know?
No, I mean I agree. Our economy has been rocky for quite a while. It wasn't, like every 4 years when there's a new administration, all of a sudden it becomes good or bad or
No,
whatever.
no.
Again, it's been hard. I have
And
always,
our global
yeah,
relations have
yeah.
not been great either.
I
Let's
you
be
know
real.
I think that our bureaucracy has become broken. There is far too much bureaucracy, and I
I
think
agree.
I think yes, to try and tighten the belt on some of our spending in order to
Yes,
balance our budget, that's a good thing.
I'm all for it.
But but I'm afraid that by jumping in and eliminating entire departments and trying to do it without discussion and approval from the Congress is a dangerous way to go.
I agree. It's dangerous. And okay, so, and because I don't want people to come across, I'm going to battle some of these things. I don't want people to come across like, well, Brandon's just a big Trump supporter. Guys, if you've known me at all, I'm pretty fair. I call people out. I don't care what
Yeah,
side of the fence you're on,
yeah,
So I'm not over here MAGA. You don't see me in a MAGA hat. This is not MAGA behind me. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute.
yeah,
It's like an inventory that's inflated. You got $1 million inventory and you need to get it down. You can't just stop ordering products you need. You have to figure out a way to trim the fat, sell, move, clearance, eliminate. You
right.
can't just stop. So, yes, getting rid of departments off the top of your head. Say, well, look at this saves us $5 billion. Okay, that might be true, but what's the ramifications of that? Now, going back to the Congress side, I'm not sure I really care about Congress. And I'm going to tell you because all they have not done anything for us in the last 10 years to show me that they're even capable. They spent billions of dollars voting to ban an app because they want to censor us and they threatened us. Okay. So you think I'm going to give it to
Yeah,
Congress to sit here and say, please stop spending your budget? They don't want to stop spending it. They get too many kickbacks
right.
from those.
And also, our country was not founded on the principle that a party picks a path to go, and then you just stick to your guns. You
Sure.
don't cross over to talk to
No.
the other side at all. When a
Mm-mm.
bill is introduced, you just
Mm-mm.
just everybody from your party votes no, the other side votes yes. There's a tiebreaker, and then it becomes law.
No, we got to
That
communicate.
isn't the way that isn't the way our founding fathers set it up, and that's the way not the way it should work today.
But that's the way it has been working.
That's the
That's
way it
people.
has been, and seems like it's going to continue to work that way. And also, I got a real problem with the national government just saying, "I'll tell you what, let's just eliminate this department and put the responsibility on the shoulders of the states." Because yeah, it's going to save
Yeah.
national dollars, like you mentioned, billions will be saved by eliminating a national department. But when you throw that back to the states, there are going to be some states that will survive and others that will just drop off the mat. And there will be no consistency, no logic to the way that it's being done.
It's
I
interesting. It's interesting because you have to have some continuity. But this also brings us to the point of voting people in your state and how important that is to get the right people in office. So you have some continuity. One of the biggest things that I am all for is border, what they're doing, because here's the thing, and it's a two-part thing. I think anybody who denies that there's a problem at our border is delusional,
Yep.
because we are not allowed to walk into a country and just live there. We're not. We're
Right.
not. So nobody attacks all the other countries that say, whoa, 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 you got to have a process. Nobody attacks them. They go back to this, give us your hungry, give us your tired land. Okay, that's right. That was how many years ago? Now
Right.
our belt is like my belt's getting tighter. We still want you to come here and have an opportunity. I want you, if you want to come to the United States and live and contribute I got you. If you're escaping something horrible, I got your back. However, it's not just a turnstile wheel, open the door and come on in. And unfortunately, that is what has been happening the last 5 years.
Yeah, yeah, it's the old shoot first and ask questions later
And
type
so
theory.
to
Yeah,
me, I'm fine with let's stop that now. But let's also stop that and let's get a real process in place that makes sense and doesn't make it difficult for the people that want to come here. I'm also fine with deporting the criminals that we have found. Like, I'm fine with that. Here's where I have a problem. Here's where my problem is. You're doing all these ICE raids to track down people that you know are illegal, that you know are criminals. Okay. Why didn't you do that before? Number two, you're doing an ICE raid and you're talking about taking families out that haven't done anything.
right.
You're talking about going into schools. Our government doesn't care when there's missing kids. They don't send out people looking for the missing kids. They don't send out people that have, when people have been, every time I get an Amber Alert on my phone,
Yeah.
they don't send, yeah, they're looking for this car, but then that ambulance comes days later. Then I do my research and find out that kid's missing. You never hear about it again, but you sure can get our government together to go deport somebody. Come on, man. What are we doing here? If you're telling me that you can sit there and you can go after these people that you know are involved in human trafficking and you can do that, why didn't you do that before?
Well, and also there was a process going back a century. In the early 1900s, there was a process for immigration in this
Yeah,
country, and somewhere along the line, it just fell apart.
it did.
To use the excuse, oh well, we don't have enough agents on the border in order to control the flow. Well, then that's not something that happened overnight. That's been happening for decades, and you didn't do anything
Exactly.
about it.
It's
But
not
at the
it's not
same
like all of a
time,
sudden on a Monday they said we're down 5,000 agents.
right? Well, and also now you also got people within the administration that want to do away with the FBI and the CIA, the very people that are trying to resurrect the process for immigration. I mean, you just can't have it both ways.
You can't. And this aggressive behavior and of like I expect our current president to say outlandish stuff, and I just do, and that's fine.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
his
and I don't,
MO.
yeah, and I don't take. most of it with a like seriously. I really don't.
Right.
But then you start finding out that it is serious. Like we're going to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Why? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like
What?
what was the purpose of that? Just to like and if somebody can like truly explain to me what the real reason is behind it, I want to hear it because I don't get it. Number one. Number two, like, his threats against, we're going to take Greenland, like what about Canada? And I'm like, what are you talking? Like, are we just going to what?
Oh well.
Like
The latest one is that they want to clear out Gaza,
Gaza.
and they want to make it into a
Look,
new Mediterranean Riviera.
look, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to say this, guys. The Israel Gaza situation, the whole thing with that has been going on since before Jesus was born. But if I can sit here and be like, and I'm not trying to like, this is not a Gaza, Israel, Palestinian conversation. I'm just saying, can we just pull ourselves, like, stop? Like, let's pull out. Do I want there to be peace? Of course. I don't want anybody to die. I don't.
Right.
Okay. Do I want to sit there and root out the people that are killing people? Yeah, let's do it. Do I think we need boots on the ground? No, I don't. Do I think that we help Israel the way we should? Sure. Yeah. Can we negotiate and get those hostages taken care of? I think they're all gone anyway. I can't remember. Yeah. Do I want any children to die that are just born? No. Like we got like, but clearing it out. You
Right.
think that's going to be come on, guys. What are
Well,
we doing
and also at our expense.
at our expense? I
When look within our own borders and see what we need help with, and all, but you want to go build a Riviera on the banks of
of
Gaza.
Gaza. Yeah, that's going to work out well. And here's the other thing too. Hawaii, Carolina, New Orleans never recovered from
Right.
Katrina. I can keep going, LA. And I'm not saying that our current regime isn't doing something better, like not better, but that hasn't addressed LA, that hasn't. I'm not saying that. And I think that every president does something good, even if it's by accident. And I think some of them have good ideas. Look, I'll say it right now. I think Trump, sometimes when I hear him talk, you have to sift through a lot of like, but I think sometimes I'm like, yeah, I agree with you on that. Okay, but it's what you say after that that I'm like, well, I didn't agree to that part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this presidency, I feel like is it's a comeback. It's a revenge presidency. Um, it's going to go down in history as one of the wildest things that ever happened in the United States.
Well,
It really is.
also, who elected President Musk? Uh, it's
I have told everybody for years that Elon Musk might not be from this planet. Number one. Number two, he is a Bond villain. Guys, just because there was a time prior to a couple weeks ago or whatever, when I looked at Musk and I said, I don't agree with everything he does, but I give him kudos for doing what he wants. Again, that changed recently.
yeah.
I'm just being honest. But now I'm looking at it going, what? I don't trust anybody that is behind building robots and AI to be part of our ministry. Like, guys, I am not into this. But again,
No.
I'm also not into a government that continues to paint China like the bad guy. Like, I'm not saying that China is great. However, to my friends over on Zhao Hengshu over here, I love you guys. And I am learning. I think that we've been lied to a lot by both
Oh,
parties.
it's easy to lie to people.
And because they believe it.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think our government has lied enough about China, and China has lied enough about us, not the people. However, we talk about, and I'm not saying that China hasn't done things like spy on us and all that, but how is that different than our own government? They keep talking about, well, China wants to censor their people and control their people. Well, That's what you guys are doing. You're forcing, and I keep going back to
Yeah,
TikTok because it's
yeah,
an easy one for me. You're forcing a company to sell to you so you can monitor and control it under the appearance of fear. But then if they don't, you're going to take it away from the people because you took their voice away. That's the same thing that China's doing. Look, I
yeah.
don't care that
It's
China's a communist country. I don't care because I don't live there.
right.
If that's how they want to run it, it's fine. But guess what? I also been talking for months now with people, true, real great Chinese people, and their government has extended stay for us. They've opened up to us. They're not censoring me. And
Right.
they also, these people are explaining their daily life. I'm learning so much, and I would have never learned that from our own country. There's a problem here. We can't call somebody censorship if we're living in that glass house, guys.
Well, you're absolutely right. And also, we have to understand that there are good and bad people in every country,
Everywhere.
in every
Everywhere.
society, and all. And if you're going to choose to support the bad people, you're going to do it anyway. But there are more good people than there are bad people. It's just that the bad people are the ones that get the notoriety.
Well,
And
that's
we
true.
have got to spend more time seeking out the good aspects of the people that are in our government and other governments and all to make the world a better place instead of just looking at who has used power to suppress the people.
We also can't sit here for the next 4 years and fight amongst ourselves. We can't sit here the next 4 years
Yeah,
and
does
not
no
have
good.
dialogue. We got
Yeah,
to have dialogue.
yeah,
Otherwise, and look, things
yeah,
are going to get weird.
yeah.
They're going
And
to get
and
weird.
I dare say they're probably going to get a little worse before they get better.
And I got to tell you right now, here's something interesting. And I don't know this. Maybe somebody, this is just from a historical standpoint. Can Trump run again? Because he didn't serve 2 consecutive terms.
No, he didn't. And
I
he's
don't
going
know the rules.
he's going to work on rewriting that law too. But you're supposed to serve. It's a two-term presidency. But what happens if it's not two consecutive terms? You're
Because
right.
I thought
Because
I thought because I thought it had to be like 2 consecutive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, if you want to play politics,
sure.
he never conceded the Biden administration. He said he won that election and he was still the president the 4 years that Biden was in the White House. Well,
But he didn't.
okay,
But he
if
wasn't.
that's
But he wasn't.
true, then he has already served
Yeah,
two
but they're not
consecutive
gonna. That's not
terms.
gonna work because he wasn't sworn in, and he didn't
No,
run the
right,
so.
but
But I also think he'll be like 86 years old, so I don't know if he will do it.
yeah.
I,
Uh,
I I'm just asking because it
well,
is
that's
a
Musk'll run anyway.
Musk can't win though.
I
He can't. He wasn't born in this country.
Nothing is impossible in our society, you know.
If that was the case, I wanted Arnold Schwarzenegger to win back in
But
the day.
right, yeah, I would
What?
I would vote for him before Musk.
That
That's
was a
for sure.
great time. I mean, he was. I mean, could you imagine his speeches? They'd be phenomenal every time.
Yeah, like a good neighbor.
I know. Listen, what we're going to do is talk to China right now.
Yeah,
Get to the
I
chopper.
talk to them. I know how to talk to them. Well,
You must get to the chopper and watch out. Get down.
folks, did you think you were going to get this kind of a show? All right.
Anyway,
Hey, we'll take off. We'll come back next week and we'll talk more trash with you. All right. Peace out.